Welcome to the Abukis Cabal Show.
What's up, fellas? Welcome to Abukis. Take on science and technology, where we explore stories on new and exciting things in science. I think you guys are going to like this one. Just when you thought everything was bad enough, they just let a story go on rogue killer drones. This incident happened in 2019, apparently, where two autonomous drones hunted down a human target without being instructed to, the UN report says. Okay, in this story from the Insider, it says that the deadly drone hunted down a human target without being instructed to do so. The UN report says the incident took place during clashes in Libya last year, the Daily Star reported. So I looked around a little bit and found another story that went into a little bit more detail on this. And it was very interesting. Definitely makes one think about what the prospects for the future will be. So let's take a look at it. The age of killer robots may have already begun. Okay. This story was by Brian Walsh of Axios. Okay. It says a drone can select and engage targets on its own, attack soldiers during a civil conflict in Libya. Why it matters. It confirmed it would likely represent the first known case of a machine learning based autonomous weapon being used to kill, potentially heralding a dangerous new era in warfare. Okay, driving the news, according to a recent report, the UN panel of experts in Libya, a Turkish-made STM Kargu-2 drone, may have hunted down and engaged retreating soldiers fighting with Libyan General Khalifa Haftar last year. It's not clear whether any soldiers were killed in the attack, although the UN experts, which called the drone a lethal autonomous weapon system, imply they likely were. Such an event, writes Zachary Kellenborn, a research affiliate with the Unconventional Weapons and Technology Division at the National Consortium for the Study of Terrorism and Response to Terrorism, would represent a new chapter in autonomous weapons, one in which they are used to fight and kill human beings based on artificial intelligence. How it works. Kargu is a loitering drone that uses computer vision to select and engage targets without a connection between the drone and its operator, giving it a true fire and forget, find and find capability. The UN report notes, between the lines, recent conflicts like those between Armenia and Azerbaijan and Israeli and Hamas in Gaza have featured an extensive use of drones of all sorts. The deployment of truly autonomous drones could represent a military revolution on par with the introduction of guns on aircraft. And unlike nuclear weapons, they're likely to be easily obtained by nearly any military force. What they're saying, if the new technology makes deterrence possible, it might condemn us to a future where everyone is always on the offense. The economist Noah Smith writes in a frightening post on the future of war. The bottom line, humanitarian organizations and AI experts have called for a global ban on lethal autonomous weapons, but a number of countries, including the United States, have stood in the way. So I think what this tells us is that, unfortunately, this is the future. It looks as if we are going to see this on battlefields, and more than likely we'll see this used in our cities by our police forces as well. And I mean, this is going to cause us to actually have to think differently about how we want these weapons to be utilized in the world that we occupy. I mean, what if these things make a decision on the fly and end up doing something that we all would consider to be questionable? I mean, you had troops that were essentially retreating, and this thing made the call to engage these troops and possibly neutralize, them. This is, I would say that this is pretty groundbreaking. I mean, we're only seeing one aspect of this. I mean, we don't even know what it looks like. I mean, they're showing us just a regular old drone here, but we don't know what it looks like. We don't even know what it's outfitted with. But, I mean, I've seen instances in the past where guys on Facebook fitted flamethrowers to regular drones, like the ones that we see in this picture here, and basically used it to bring down hornets' nests, burn things remotely. And if it can be used for that, I mean, it can be used to on a human. If you add AI to it, it'll make the decision on its own. I've also seen some guys fit handguns to drones, flying drones, like the ones that we see here, and they operated efficiently. I mean, it could have been better, but put into the right hands of the right engineers, it could definitely be an effective tool to utilize against human targets. Think about if they were used, say, in some of the protests here. You may not see, police manning these areas. They may just deploy drones that would, utilize tasers, gas, or other types of deterrents, irritants that might, deter people from acting in a way that is condoned by the Constitution. I just wanted to, kind of throw this out here and let see what you guys thought. I will leave a link in the bottom for you guys to go over this article and the other links to the other articles, and explore some of the concerns that some of the other people have with regard to these autonomous lethal machines being deployed, not only in the battlefield, but anywhere they determine that they can be useful. I also looked into it a little bit further, and there are small versions of tanks with weapon systems that can be easily swapped from, the chassis or the rolling or the vehicle part of the vehicle, and multiple different types of weapon systems can be fitted to it in a short amount of time with a two-man crew. And these weapon systems can deploy and carry out missions. That's what's being worked on right now. Everything from 50 caliber machine guns to Mark 19 grenade launchers to smoke generators, camera systems, sensor systems to monitor who knows what. Could be any form of communications. Also jammers. There was a lot of information in the article that I read about these new weapon systems. Some of them are smaller than tanks. Some of them are utilizing older armored vehicles and fitting them with computer equipment to gather data, to transmit data, and essentially the vehicle is expendable and the vehicle is not manned. So rather than getting rid of these older systems, they are exploring ways to extend the life of these vehicles and weapon systems, weapons platforms, so that they may be able to operate autonomously. It's very, very interesting. Very interesting. I mean, they are looking at being able to send these vehicles into areas where there may be high levels of radiation, toxic environments, places where they can't send humans or soldiers, police, forces, because that the civilian police forces are going to get these things as soon as they're not cutting edge, so they will be passed down, and we as civilians will have to deal with these systems in some way, shape, or form, if they're not already being utilized to gather intelligence on civilians and whatnot, and observe citizens in whatever capacity. Very, very interesting indeed. You guys, like I said, check it out. Like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you guys listening, and until the next time.
Welcome to the Abukis Cabal Show.
I feel like a